Last night was the OCG stream for Rage of the Abyss, and we have quite a lot to go over. We have new Battle Wasp support, along with a new Gimmick Puppet Trap card, new Mermail Atlantean cards, then we also have the special QCR that we're going to be getting, and we also have a morning reveal to cover as well that ties both of the Fire King and Atlanteans together. So let's get into it and let's talk about each card going from here all the way to the Battle Wasps. So first off, we're going to be looking at Turmoil of the Sea in Flames. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. Activate one of these cards. Discard one water monster to the graveyard, then target one face-up card your opponent controls. Destroy it. Or destroy one fire monster in your hand, then draw one card. If only your opponent controls a monster, you can banish this card from the graveyard, then target one level 7 or 8 watered or fired monster in your graveyard. Special summon it. So they gave Snake Eye a draw 1. And in my opinion, it's an alright card. It gets stuff to the graveyard. It's not a quick play spell, which is fine, but also this can special back Flamebird. So this is another tech for Snake Eye, but you can also run it in Fire King and Mermail Atlantean. So after that, we have the brand new QCR. This is Ultimate Dragon of Pride and Soul. And let's get this image out over here for the Ultimate Dragon Pride and Soul, because it is a little too small. It is a level 12, and I believe this is supposed to go off of Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. It's a level 12 Dark Dragon Fusion Effect monster, 4500, 4500. Yeah, this is almost like Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. 3 monsters with 2500 original attack and defense. Oh boy. If your opponent cannot target this, fusion summon card with card effects. Also, it cannot be destroyed by their card effects. So it cannot be destroyed by card effects or targeted by card effects. That's the towers. That's very interesting. And this fusion summon card gains 4500 attack and defense while you have 25 more cards in your graveyard. 9k attack. Jesus. And once per turn, if your opponent has 25 or more cards in their graveyard, you can destroy all cards they could. Okay then. Well, this is a boss monster for sure. A 9000 attack and defense beat stick cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects from your opponent, and it can nuke the board if they have 25 more cards. I mean, it is very interesting, and I think some decks can definitely summon it. So, oh lord, this is very interesting. After that, let's get into Conquer the Seas with Mermail Atlanteans. We have quite a bit new cards here, and first off, we're going to be talking about Mermail Shadow Bodyguard. It is a Water Sea Serpent effect monster, 0 attack, 1900 defense, that's a level 3, and it's always treated as an Atlantean card. That is the thing with this new support. If they're named Atlantean, they're considered Mermail, and if they're considered Mermail, they're also treated as Atlantean. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. You can discard one card to the graveyard. The levels of all water monsters you currently control become 7 until the end of this turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard to activate a water monster's effect, special summon one level 4 or lower Atlantean or Mermail monster from your deck except Mermail Shadow Bodyguards. Also, you cannot special summon from the X deck for the rest of this turn except water monsters. This is very good because it can get out a Atlantean Dragoon from deck. It can get out a lot of your cool utility cards like Heavy Infantry to get an extra normal summon. So honestly, a really good card. We have Abyss Shrine, Abyss Shrine, the Atlantean Spirit. It is a Aqua effect, level 3, 1600, 1600, and this card is always treated as a Mermail card. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. You can tribute this card from your hand, and one Atlantean or Mermail monster from your hand to a field. Take one level 7 Fish, Sea Serpent, or Aqua monster from your deck, and either add it to your hand or special summon it. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of this turn, except water monsters. During your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard, discard one card to the graveyard, draw one. This triggers a lot. So you could tribute this card and Dragoon to summon a level 7 from deck, and then you get the trigger of the Dragoon to summon something, to search something. Honestly, this card's really good, because Dragoon is being sent to the graveyard by a water monster effect. Okay. This new support is really good. And we have the brand new Poseidra Abyss, the Atlantean Dragon Deity. This is the brand new Exceed monster for the deck. Takes 3 level 7 monsters. It's 3000 attack, 1800 defense, but that doesn't matter. Because once per turn, you can also Exceed summon Poseidra using one Atlantean or Mermail Exceed monster you control. Transfer its materials to this card. So literally, you could summon this over Abyss Gaios. Does not matter. Once per turn, you can detach 2 materials from this card and send 1 water monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard. Return up to 3 cards your opponent controls to the hand. Okay. And if this Exceed summons card is sent to the graveyard, you can discard 1 card, special summon 3 level 3 or lower fish, sea serpent, and or aqua monsters from your hand or graveyard. Okay. This is a very powerful boss monster. Being able to return up to 3 cards your opponent controls, non-targeting removal is very good. And if it's sent to the graveyard, if it's Exceed summon, you can summon 3 level 3 or lower fish, sea serpent. So this is literally priming you to summon out normal Poseidra. But this is also a combo extender. That is very crazy. Because you get to summon things out like Infantry, Neptibus, and whatever else you need. So you can just use Neptibus, use the additional... This card is everything that the deck needed. The one thing that the deck needed. That is really good. We have Neptibus, the Royal Mermail. I think it should definitely be Neptibus, the Mermail King instead. But it is a Link 3 water, 2400 attack, and a point to all bottom. 2+ monsters, including a fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster. They want you to run Abyssalacia with this. That is absolutely fine. You can only use you can only use this. You can only use this, the second and third effect of this card's name, each once per turn. I don't think this is supposed to be there, but anyways, your opponent cannot target water monsters this card points to with card effects. You're already useful. If a water monster is sent to the graveyard to activate a card effect, you could take 1 Abyss equip spell from your deck or graveyard, or either add it to your hand or equip it to this card. Okay, you can get all your Abyss scales. That is crazy. And you can reuse them too with this card. That's actually pretty good. If a water monster is sent to the graveyard to activate a card effect, I really like that. And if this card is destroyed by your opponent, you can add 1 Mermail or Atlantean monster from your deck to your hand. This card is really useful, and I could definitely see it being a 1-of. And if you all don't know, I really love Mermail and Atlantean, and I'm happy with this support. And then finally, you have Abyss Sting of Terrania? I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm sorry. And you can only activate 1 card with this card's name per turn. You can only use the third effect that this card needs to name once per turn. Special summon 1 Mermail or Atlantean monster from your hand or graveyard, and if you do, equip this to this card. Okay. If the equipped monster would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can send this card graveyard instead. Being a replacement effect is really good. And you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target up to 3 fish, sea serpent, and or aqua monsters in your graveyard, or banishment. Shuffle them into the deck. Recycling your own materials. That is actually good. I really like that. Overall, the Mermail support is really good, and I hope that this makes it where post Rage of the Abyss, they nuke the format so this could actually be playable. And I would really love to see Blue Eyes Mermail format. I would love to see that. Let's get into the Puppet Shark style. This kind of, yeah, this is literally a puppet with a shark card with number 32. Let's see what this does. Normal trap card, you can only activate this one card with this card's name per turn. Detach one Exceed material from a monster on the field, and if you do, excavate the top 4 cards of your deck. Choose one of them and apply this effect based on its type. Also, place the rest on the top of the deck in the same order. Monster, spell, add it to your hand. Trap, set it, it can be activated this turn. This is very interesting, getting a trap card to the field for free, but also being able to add a monster or spell from those 4 to the hand. Pretty interesting of a card. I'm thinking this in Labyrinth, you can activate it, detachment, exceed material off of something like Varudris, maybe, and then using the effect to see if you get a trap or a monster spell. Could be useful. Definitely good against something like Yubel, because you could do snipe exceed material. And finally, let's take a look at the new Battle Wasps. So, these are 5 brand new cards for Battle Wasps, and let's take a look at them. We have Battle Wasp Rapier, the Furious. It's a level 5 insect wind effect, 1900 and 0. You can only use first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. If you control no face-up monsters other than insect monsters, you can discard one other insect monster, place 1 Battle Wasp wins from your deck in your spell and trap card zone, then special summon this card from your hand. Also, you can unspecial summon from the extra deck for the rest of this turn, except insect monsters. Battle Wasp wins is this one, which is a new one. Okay. You can banish this card from your graveyard, reduce the level of 1 insect monster you control by 1. Interesting. And it's a rest of this turn lock. That's fine. Battle Wasp Grain Partian the Revolution. Oh, you're big. 3000 attack, 2000 defense. 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner monsters. Why is this generic? You can only use the 3rd effect of this card's name once per turn, and it cannot be destroyed by card effects. Okay, big insect, generic synchro, very good. Centurion can run it if they want to. Insect synchro monsters usually control gain 200 attack for each of your banished insect monsters. Okay, so that's not going to come into play if you're playing Centurion. And if this card becomes banished, you can special summon it. Then you can destroy cards your opponent controls up to the number of your banished insect monsters. Then inflict 500 damage to your opponent for each card destroyed with this effect. Oh, you do that. That's kind of that's good. That's a good boss monster. And then we have Battle Wasp Sashi, the Ritual Bow. Okay. It is a level 6 wind synchro insect effect with 2400 attack and 1200 defense, and takes 1 insect tuner plus 1 or more non-tuners. If this card is synchro summoned, you can treat it as a tuner. You can return 1 continuous spell you control to the hand. During your main phase this turn, you can normal summon 1 Battle Wasp monster in addition to your normal summon set. You can only gain this effect once per turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard as a synchro material, you can inflict 100 damage to your opponent for each of your banished Battle Wasp monsters. Interesting level 6 synchro, and honestly, that's really good. Does this do enough to push the deck into meta? I don't think so. But we have Armament Swarm. It's a normal spell card, and you can only activate 1 card with this card's name per turn. You cannot special summon for the rest of the turn after this card resolves, except insect monsters. Also special summon 1 insect monster or with 1000 attack or less from your hand or deck, and if you special summon it from the deck, send 1 monster you control to the graveyard. They're showing you which one they want you to summon, which is the one on the card art. If a face-up insect synchro monster you control is a show up at battle or card effect while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card and 1 summoning swarm from your deck. Oh, add 1 summoning swarm from your deck to your hand. And which one is summoning swarm again? It is this one. Target level 4 or lower Battle Wasp monsters in the graveyard. If the number of monsters your opponent controls, special summon them. You can only activate 1 Battle Wasp swarm per turn. You cannot special summon from the extra deck except... Okay. That's a really good card that you could search. It is a soul charge. And then finally we have Battle Wasp Wins. So this is the one card that was mentioned up on our little friend Rapier up here. So let's take a look at what it does. You can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. Up to twice per turn, if a Battle Wasp monster is normal or special summoned to your field, you can target one of them. Add one Battle Wasp monster with lower attack from your deck to your hand. Okay. Once per turn, you can target one insect monster you control that has a level. If you use it as the synchro material this turn, it is treated as a tuner. That's actually really good. Overall, I am really interested on this whole entire set now because of the new Atlantean support, but realistically, there's quite a bit of good utility cards and even Aziminas are in here. And what do I think about these final cards? Well, not the final card yet, but we're still missing 10 cards at least. Yeah, 10 cards total. Overall, it's pretty good. We're getting a lot of unique stuff that definitely is a power down compared to what we currently have. So I think they're preparing for a huge nuke coming out because this is going to be our October set, if I'm correct. Yeah, Rage of the Abyss is October 9th, so this is definitely a power down set where things lose power and they want to course correct and probably get rid of things like Snake Eye, Fiendsmith over the course of the next 6 months. But anyways, I've been Bolt Spider. I hope you guys did enjoy this news. Anyways, see you all in the next video.